they're challenging. We have positions in physics, chemistry. We have positions in world language. We have positions in special education. Is particularly challenging.
Can you give us an update on the Hood School principal? You had hoped to have someone maybe by the end of July. Is that process moving along?
It is. I will talk briefly about that. We had 31 applications. Actually, I received 2 more today, but 31 that I have reviewed. And out of the 31, I selected 3 candidates that I wish to meet with. And then I had those candidates also meet with some of the other administrators. And then last week, I had each of those 3 candidates meet with an interview committee that involved 3 teachers from the Hood School and 3 staff, parents from the PTO, Parent Association Leadership, and Pam Bowden, our Director of Curriculum. And we interviewed those 3 candidates. Not in a position at this point to state their names, not public, and I hope that this week I will be able to offer a position and then enter into a contract. It's because the contract is written between the superintendent and that principal. So that's my goal.
Spouse?
And can I just finish? I have appointed Bill Deceased as the acting principal. Bill, as you know, is the principal of the Little School, and so Bill has been up at the Hood School between 2.5 days a week, and at the same time he's I don't want you to think that he has little or because he has a little school, little to do. He's very busy. In fact, he's questioning why you listen to me in terms of taking on this responsibility. But he's doing a great job because there's a lot of work that needs to be done, starting with hiring and scheduling and just assignments and materials coming in and making sure orders are done. All the preparation. We think that school closes in June and then it just opens in September. There's a tremendous amount of work that has to be done. And the Hood School has a new secretary, Pam String, who's been the paraprofessional, one of the general paraprofessionals, has moved into that position and taking over for Helen Soteropoulos. And Helen, who has been there forever, has agreed to work with Pam and Bill in a nice transition. So that's where we are.
Spouse?
The number of positions that you mentioned, and 20-odd teachers, that includes both filling what was vacant because of lack of funds and replacements and retirees.
All of that. It's the when you start going through the list of people who have resigned, we have a number of resignations. I'm announcing a couple more tonight. We have several teachers who are out on leave. For example, at the high school, both Spanish teachers are out on leave next year. So those are leaves of absence that we need someone there. And we have several other leaves that are going to be for part of the year next year. So all of that. And it always, I know, gets confusing when people see, oh, there's the school department is hiring, dozens of teachers every year, and they open the nice picture in the they see the picture of the new teachers on the orientation, and they count and they see last year we had 35. Well, I thought, we laid people off. Well, we did lay, we did let 12 people go. And when you count up the number of staff, you'll see that that's reflected. But at the same time, we had people leave, retirements, and people who were out on leave.
Any other questions? And David, when is the teacher welcome day? Do we have that day yet, when we have the meeting with the teachers? Is that the day before the first day of school?
It is.
Would that be the second?
It's
Tuesday the
on
second?
Tuesday, September 2nd.
Okay.
I know we're kind of jumping around here, but just a point, I would like to come back and revisit the kindergarten entrance age, because it's constantly, it's a moving target. And this year, the cutoff to be age 5 is September 3rd.
Right.
But it's been as late as
Number
6 or
7.
7. I'm getting increasingly a number of questions of why my child can't go to kindergarten, and I don't have a good reason for it, other than the first day of school is the first day of school. And it's hard to predict. We have more parents who are looking down the road 1 year, 2 years, and trying to decide, what to do. Not for this year. I mean, we're sticking to this. And the first day of school is not the first, it's the first day of school.
Not the first day of kindergarten. Right.
Because on that Wednesday, we have kindergarten orientation.
Right.
All kindergarten children come on the 5th. So there's still confusion about that. Well, does that mean that the first day of kindergarten, which this year is September 5th, whereas I think it was the 5th last year on the first day of school. So despite all the efforts to communicate that, there's still, I've never had as many, for the last 2 years, as many questions about kindergarten entrance.
Is that something the policy committee should look at first?
I would recommend that
Okay.
they
Not
come back.
themselves brain damage last
I think
kicked this around.
we used to have the August 31st date, right? That was the date, correct? Okay, so I guess something for a future agenda. Any further questions? Now, mentioning new secretaries, in fact, we probably should have done this early on to make you official. Cynthia?
I didn't take
The
anything.
minutes of
She
this,
hasn't taken any notes
No,
yet
no,
because we
I'm
didn't
not
appoint her.
official.
the minutes of this meeting are going to start now.
Exactly, starting now the minutes.
There you go.
We have Cynthia Elmore, and she said she goes by Cindy, right?
Yes.
So we have Cindy Elmore, and she is recommended by Dr. Troughton for appointment as our new recording secretary. We have her resume. She has an extensive career of keeping people organized and
Yes.
keeping them on the straight and narrow, I believe, looking at your background. I don't think it will be as exciting as some of these jobs you've had, but, I mean, if Pat saw drama here, then you may see some also. So at this point, unless there are any questions, there's a promotion to appoint Cynthia Elmore as the new recording secretary for the school committee.
So moved. She hasn't kicked me under the table yet.
Second.
Motion by Mrs. Davis and second by Mr. Bowers. Any questions? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous.
Chairman, I'm going to move that we go back and start the agenda.
Right, we'll have to
again.
start the meeting over.
Yeah.
Could you get all those people back who?
I just want to recognize Ann Lindell, who's my assistant, who took on the responsibility of interviewing and reviewing applications, and I said, make a recommendation to me, and Ann's recommendation was Cindy, and I had a chance to meet with Cindy, and I'm just really delighted to have her here. Hope you're there for 13 or more years.
Well, then I said to her
Yes.
earlier, you stay 13 years and look what you
Yeah,
get,
what can
so,
I
you
do?
know.
I have to go for the apple.
Exactly, you get the apple. Okay, next, so welcome Cindy.
Thank you.
Forward to having you. Next, we have approval of a lease for the Seams Collaborative. This is for both a classroom at the middle school and 2 classrooms at the Hood, is that correct?
It is. We're just trying to get into the habit with SEAM to put this in writing on the conditions of the building use and so forth.
Okay, and these are just standard contracts that we have on a regular basis with these?
We've leased a room here at the middle school for probably at least 10 years. And it's, in my estimation, and I hear from Steve as well, to support this, it's one of the top programs. And they're so appreciative of being able to provide this program within the middle school. And similarly, the program, the SEED program at the Hood School, which is using 2 rooms, is a program for hearing impaired children. And this will be the 2nd year that program has been located at the Hood. The actual SEEM is looking for a 3rd room within the school, somewhere within the 9-member SEEM communities for a hearing impaired program for very young children. We have the space here in North Reading. I certainly would look to do that.
So these are year-to-year contracts?
They are. They have to be.
Yeah, because in
based
case,
on our
right,
needs.
exactly. Okay. Any questions on the SEEM contracts? Can I have a motion for approval?
Move to approve.
Have a second?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Bowers, second by Mrs. Davis. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Okay, David, on the contracts, do we have the paraprofessionals? We have both. Okay. We have reached agreements with, tentative agreements. I don't know if the membership is voted.
They have.
On both. Okay. Why don't you want to,
Well, I think Nicole should do she represented the school committee.
okay, and I'll do that, okay. So, just before you do that, I believe we are now finished for the year, correct?
No,
No.
no, by no means. You
No.
have,
Teacher
Uh,
contract?
No, that's next year, though.
No,
the,
okay.
well, and a lot of this is really gonna fall on Carl and on me.
Right, you have the
But-
administrative staff.
Well, there's the administrative staff, the central office business staff.
Right.
Technicians, technology technicians,
Sped drivers.
Yeah, I guess I was looking
therapeutic
more at the, in terms of the organized, the
Of the
kind of,
unions,
the
right.
union groups or the employee groups. And, but we do have a lot of individual 2, 3 people that you two have to deal with. Okay, go ahead, Nicole.
Oh, okay, well, we had several very productive meetings with the paraprofessionals, and we agreed to a 3-year contract from 2008 to 2011, including some reductions, a few give backs, and we traded, for a few things that they were asking for, as all contracts go. But I think it will benefit the school district, the school's finances in the long run. Some of the give backs that we got includes the restriction of buyback of unused sick days to a cap of 150 days.
That's for new employees,
All
right?
new employees.
Right.
To include other employees that are grandfathered in.
Right.
They received an increase in longevity payments. They received a salary increase, that includes a new step plus 2% in 2009, another 2% increase in 2010, and there'll be an additional step put in, it's 2008 will be a new step plus 2%, 2009 will be a 2% increase across the board, and 2010 will be an additional step put in, and then a 2% increase. So we worked it all out,
That's great.
yep.
On the secretary's front,
Excuse me,
Okay.
can I interrupt here? There's one, Carl and I were talking about this morning, and I did put a call into the union president, and I haven't had a chance to even speak with you. In the tentative agreement, it speaks to a change from, right now, paraprofessionals are paid on a weekly basis,
Right.
and we propose that it change to a
Bi-weekly.
bi-weekly, every other week. With Munis and the